Hey, how's it going YouTube? This is SilverBeanie here, bringing you guys the UBL Season 3 draft breakdown. Your Crystal Palossands have returned once again to take on the championship of the UBL, and we are not going down without a fight. We are going to focus, we're going to power through, and hopefully pick up some nice W's in the coming weeks of the UBL Season 3. I hope you guys are well, I hope you guys are excited for this season. I'm really pumped. I'm raring to go. We've been teasing over the last few weeks over on Twitch, and it's finally time. The time has finally come for the Crystal Palossands to make their return. If you did miss the draft stream, where every coach and every new player was announced and all the Pokemon were revealed, that was over on IrishEmerald's Twitch. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go and check it out, and you can watch the entire stream. And you can see everyone's picks and what we've got to basically go up against in the next 10-11 weeks or so. But for the Crystal Palossands, however, though, we have got a brand new team, obviously. A couple fan favorites are returning, but the majority are brand new. We have got one Mega in particular, which I'll get to in a little bit, which I'm very excited to use, and plus a few others. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of good fun over the coming weeks. So if you are a fan of Draft League and you are a fan of me or just battles in general, please stick around, hit the like button, definitely consider subscribing for more. We're going to have brand new battles every Friday for, as I say, the next 10-11 weeks. Brand new matches against all kinds of teams. So it'll be fun. It'll be very exciting. I'm really pumped. So hopefully you guys can join us along for the ride. Before I go any further though, you will see me rocking a brand new Crystal Palossands merch t-shirt kind of thing. Your boy picked up some Crystal Palossands merch. It, however, currently is not available for the public. It is just a one-off exclusive for me. However, if you guys would like to see something like this for the Crystal Palossands, and you guys would like to help support and rock out with your own Crystal Palossands merch, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I might just do like a one-off, like a giveaway, maybe give away like 3 shirts or something. We'll see. But if it's something that you would be interested and you would like to have one of your own, then let me know. Let me know. It's even got the see if I can show you guys. It's even got your SilverBeanie logo. I don't know if you guys heard that or saw that, but it's even got the SilverBeanie logo on the back. It's an awesome shirt. I love it. So yeah, there is that available. But without further ado, enough shenanigans, enough chitty chatter. Let's dive into the breakdown and the draft. You guys, I'm sure, are itching to know what we picked. So here it is. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. We have 16 coaches this season. Your boy unfortunately had not the best start. We were 15th for picks, which isn't terrible, because I think the middle is probably the worst place to be, but the end is not very good. It wasn't too bad because we were near a will pick, so we were able to almost pick 2 picks straight back to back. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because during the first few rounds, you want to be as early towards the beginning, like they're towards the front as possible, because a lot of the good picks go very quickly. You know, by the time you get to the end of the first round, so we were a bit stuck. I had my eyes on a few mons that I wanted to sort of pick up. I knew there were 2 that I was like itching to get. I knew I wanted Megalopony. Like that was like that's my go-to. If it's there, I'm snagging it. I want it. I've wanted Megalopony for goodness how long. That's what I wanted. And then there were a few others, but Megalopony didn't last too long, as I'm sure you guys can expect. It was gone. Kieran Black was another one I had my eyes on. That was gone. Tapu Koko, as usual, is sniped first pick pretty much, so that was gone. But one mon that I did have on my list, I had about 4 mons that I really wanted to snag round 1, and one mon was there, so we picked it up, and that is Garchomp. I've never used Garchomp before in competitive, and I've really wanted to use Garchomp. It's a dragon, it's a ground type, it's one of the best ground types and dragon types in Draft League format. Obviously, it's not very defensive, you know, it just dies to like an icy wind pretty much, but it's fast, space 102 speed, it's got a really good attack stat, it gets rough skin, you can slap it with a rocky helmet, it gets stealth rocks. I thought there was no way I could not pass up the chance of snagging Garchomp round 1. I've wanted to use it for so long, and it was there, and I was like, I need to pick this up. One thing I do need to mention is that this league didn't actually have like kind of tier-based Pokemon really, where you had to like pick one tier 1, one tier 2, like 2 tier 3s, like what most draft leagues do. This one was a completely free draft. You could pick whatever you wanted across all the tiers. However, you had to have 11 Pokemon, and one of which will had to be your Mega. So you had to pick 10 Pokemon plus your Mega, equivalent obviously to an 11 team. So we could pick whatever we wanted. There was no order. You could do whatever you wanted when you wanted it. So we picked up Garchomp. Garchomp was in the 180 tier, so it cost us 180 points out of our 1,000. You know, total. So we picked it up. It was there. I couldn't take no for an answer. It was just, I had to have it. It was too good. I'm so excited to use Garchomp. As I say, it's going to be fun. I'm excited to use Garchomp. Moving into round 2 though, so we pretty much got the wheel pick here because after me, as I say, we had next player had 2 picks, and then we picked up next tier, wanted to scoop up that fairy type, and what better fairy type than Tapu Fini. We've used Tapu Fini before. I think we used it last, if I'm not mistaken, we think we had it in season 1. Yes, we had it in season 1. So Fini is very known, you know, is familiar with the Crystal Palossands. So Fini is returning to us, which is quite exciting. And so it's been a couple of seasons since we last used Tapu Fini, and I absolutely love this Pokemon. It's incredibly defensive. It's pretty fast as well. It's got base 85 speed, which is amazing. It gets access to knockoff. It can do all kinds of things you can set up. The only downside with Fini is it can't really recover, can't really restore health, because rest doesn't work with it. It doesn't get recover. So leftovers really is the best thing you have for recovery, but not really to worry because it's pretty bulky and it can take quite a few hits depending on how you obviously put its EVs. So I'm not too worried. I'm really excited for Tapu Fini. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I mean, and Water Fairy is such a good defensive type. Plus, it gets Misty Surge, which essentially removes any status conditions. I can't be toxic. I can't be paralyzed, burned, you know, put to sleep. All of that is absolutely amazing. So Tapu Fini, I thought, was a really nice fitting and pair with Garchomp. They kind of cover each other's weaknesses. So I figured that was a really good set, like a nice little pair there. We then had a long wait though. Between our second pick and third pick, we had like 22 or something like that picks between us. Like it was a long wait. But it finally came back down to us. And at this point, quite surprisingly, a lot of people were picking up like hazard setters and hazard removers. More specifically, people were picking up webs. Like webs were going quickly. Galvantula at this point had gone. And I was just like, I need to pick up the webs that I like. Although our team's not slow, like it's pretty decent. The team that I was looking in the longevity was starting to get slower because at this point I already knew the Mega I wanted. I thought with these two we just need a Steel type, and then we've got our perfect core. And the Steel type I had my eye on was Mega Aggron. That was one Mega that's one Mega I've really wanted to use. And I was just like, that's my eye. That's the Mega I want. And I was like, at this point it's too early. It's too early to pick up Mega Aggron. So I waited I'll wait a couple rounds, pick out maybe round 5, round 6, and hopefully it'll still be there. So instead, round 3, we actually picked up Araquanid. I'm absolutely over the moon with this. It is another water type, which isn't the best, but we've got a ground electric immunity with Garchomp, so I wasn't too worried. But it's an absolutely amazing Pokemon. It's not very fast, you know, it's only like base 42 speed, but it's very defensive. And it's got an attack stat that's crazy. It gets Water Bubble, which is like an absolutely incredible ability. It can't be burnt. It takes, I think, half damage from fire type moves, and water type moves I think do double damage or 50% more, which is insane. You know, if you slap like a splash plate on this thing, what do you call it? Liquidation is like just bopping something. Like it's insane. And if you get webs up, obviously it's going to increase this thing's speed. I was like, it's just too good of a mon to pass up. So I was really chuffed when I was able to scoop up Araquanid. Obviously it's a bit early, like round 3, picking up Araquanid. I usually tend to see these things go around 4, 5, maybe even 6. But I was like, hazard setters and removers are starting to disappear. I needed webs, and Galvantula was gone, so I was like, I don't want Ariados. Like, Rabombi was still available at this point, but I wasn't really keen on snagging Rabombi. So I was like, Araquanid's perfect. I want it. So we picked up Araquanid, and that is our round 3 pick. Moving into round 4, I knew I wanted it. Darmanitan straight away. That I knew I wanted him, so we scooped him up. Darmanitan was there as the wheel slowly came round, and I was like, right, that's it. I'm scooping it up. There's no way I'm passing up Darmanitan. I've seen Darmanitan be used against me in the past, and it is a nightmare to prepare for. It hits like a truck. Base 95 speed. You slap a choice scarf, a choice band, either or. It's hitting hard. Like a flare blitz, if it's not resisted, it's pretty much knocking something out. It's insane. So yeah, I was very chuffed when I was able to scoop up Darmanitan. And at this point, I knew that Mega Aggron was like, because at this point Mega Aggron was still available, and at this point I was like, right, this is where I need to scoop up Mega Aggron, because I think this will be a nice solid core to fit, because Mega Aggron is pretty much the only Mega that can pretty much handle this thing, other than maybe like Charizard and stuff. But like, I was like, I need Aggron on my team, because at this point I was starting to slowly start preparing for a Sand team. That was the other thing, because I was going to pick up Mega Aggron, and then later down the line we're going to pick up Diglett. So we're going to slowly start preparing for a Sand team. But you'll see how that turns out in a little bit. Another 20 odd picks later, we move into round 5. Now round 5, I was thinking we've got 2 really big, like decent speed physical hitters, and we've got a couple decent walls. We haven't really got anything that's bulky, like proper bulky, that just does not die. Like, so I was like, we need some more bulk. There was a lot of good special like offense that was still left, and I was like, I can pick that up later down the line. But no, so moving into round 5, I knew what I wanted straight away. Porygon 2. Porygon 2 was still sitting there. I've had to handle Porygon 2 before. It's a nightmare. Slap an Eviolite on this thing, it does not die. Obviously, it forces people to run knockoff and end up using that on you. You can use that obviously with downloads. You can get some +1 on the special attack or attack, depending on obviously what kind of set you run. This thing gets foul play, tri attack, hits hard, ice beam hits hard. I thought it was too good to pass up. Too good of a man to pass up for this season. I thought it was too good. Like I said, it was too good of a mon to pass up right there. So I scooped that up for round 5. Coming in now though to round 6. Round 6 was getting interesting. I really wasn't too sure where I wanted to go, but unfortunately at this point, Mega Aggron was sniped. At this point now, I wanted Mega Aggron, but it literally was taken. There was about 3 coaches that had yet to draft a Mega, and I think there were 2 coaches that were yet to draft a Mega and a Steel type. So I was only really worried about 3 coaches, because loads of people had already picked up their Steel type, had already picked up their Megas. So I was like, right, I still need my Mega, and I still need a Steel type. There were about 3 other coaches that also needed the same thing, so I literally had to worry about one of them. One of them was only picking after me. The other 2 were obviously picked before me. So I was like, right, I need to scoop it up now. And what do you know? Mega Aggron gets sniped. The NIJMEGEN NUZLEAFS, Coach AutoMatthic, he scooped up Mega Aggron, and I was very upset. I was very upset, but it's fine. It then required me to kind of rethink my strategy. I no longer could go for the Sand team safely, so we had to rethink our team ideas. So I figured I need to pick up something else that I need, because I need a good Steel type. At this point, all the good Steel types were gone unless you dug deep into lower tiers. But then I saw this one, and I thought actually this would be a really good pick for the team. So I was like, I'm gonna pick this mon up, and that is Silvally. Silvally, I've never used Silvally before. It's my mascot for my YouTube, and I absolutely love it. I love Silvally. It can be any type you want. There's no limit. Like, obviously the downside is you lose your item because you have to use that type memory, but it's so good. It's got base 95 across the board. It's speedy, it hits hard, it gets access to parting shot, which is an incredible move that basically allows you to switch out, and then at the same time you reduce your opponent's attack and special attack by 1. That's absolutely amazing. I figured it was too good to pass up. Let's say multi-attack, hits like a truck, and it's such a good mon. And I say it basically, like, I can use it as my steel type if I needed to. So I thought it was too good to pass up for Silverlie, plus supporting the mascot pick. So I figured it was too good. I figured it was too good to pass up. So I do love my Silverlie pick for round 6. And I did end up sniping another coach as well. They were not happy when I sniped up, when I did snipe up Silverlie. Coming in now though to round 7. Again, another 20 odd picks later. And at this point I needed some special defense. We didn't really have a lot of special attackers, and I needed some more speed. So I figured, ideal, we need something that can, you know, hit hard and basically resist anything that, you know, resist certain types. So I was like, this could be good. It's not very good defensively, but as a speed and offense, it's so good. And we scooped up Zoroark. Zoroark was right there. I wanted a dark type because, as I say, we didn't have any psychic weaknesses. I needed something that could resist psychic, and obviously this thing's immune to it, so it was perfect. It's fast, base 105 speed. It hits hard. It's got like a base 140 or something like that special attack. And thanks to its ability Illusion, it's essentially doesn't get it essentially can disguise it as something else, obviously that's hidden in the back. So I figured it was such a good mon, and and as soon as people see Zoroark, immediately they like, whoever you lead with, and if they see Zoroark on your team preview, they immediately start thinking all possible scenarios, like, right, okay, what is this? Did they bring, you know, is this the Zoroark? Do I hit it with a, you know, a fighting type attack, or is it actually turns out to be, you know, say the Feeny? You know, like, could it actually be the Feeny that it is? And if I hit with a fighting, like close combat or something, I'm going to reduce my defenses, and then it's going to hit me with a Moonblast. You know, all these things that you end up having to start thinking about as soon as you see a Zoroark. So I figured I'd much rather have it than someone else have it, because it's a nightmare to prepare for, I know. So I figured it was so good, and it fits quite nicely with the team as well, because it's another nice speedy mon. Plus, it's a really good special attacker, hits hard, hits like a truck, and we can obviously it's a glass cannon because it's very frail, but it was too good to pass up. So I needed to snag it. Coming in now to round 8. Again, we pretty much had the wheel pick here, -1 turn. So at this point, I needed to, I think if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember what my next pick was. It's can't remember between 2. This is incredibly good of me. Where are you? Which one was it? It was that one, yeah. So coming into the next pick, we needed to scoop up. We needed to scoop up a grass type. We needed to scoop up a fighting type. Like, we needed some hazard removal rules. So I needed to pick up something that was gonna be able to get rid of hazards. Because at this point we had I think the only hazard removal we had was Feeny with Defog. I think Feeny. Oh no, we had Silverlie as well. Silverlie gets Defog, and I think that was it. That was pretty much all we had, which isn't really that great, to be fair. It's not the best, only having 1 hazard remover, or 2, sorry. So I needed to get something that can get rid of some webs as well, rocks and hazards. So we picked up Hitmontop. Hitmontop was our next pick. It gets Intimidate, which is amazing. I wanted Intimidate, and we also get to obviously have the Rapid Spin, which is insane. Hitmontop is really good defensively. It's quite good to have on this team. I really liked it. It's not the fastest thing, but it's base 70. But I figured it was a better pick than some of the other ones. I'd much rather have Hitmontop compared to Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan, who are both also available. Obviously, it's not the best in terms of like offense. You know, it's base 95. But it's good defensively, plus has Intimidate, and I can use Rapid Spin. It gets Bullet Punch, Mark Punch. I think it's Fake Out as well, so it gets loads of priority. And I just figured it was too good to have. So Hitmontop joins the Palossands for the first time, and I'm actually really excited to use it. So hopefully Hitmontop puts in the finest of work. Coming in now to round 9, this is where I picked up a grass type. I needed a grass type. Spore was too scary, and like things like Amoonguss and Breloom, you know, I couldn't afford to not get like, and Sleep Powder as well. That's another nightmare move. I was like, I need a grass type. If I don't have a grass type, we are going to be in trouble. So we picked up one of the, in my opinion, one of the best grass types, at least defensively anyway. We picked up Cradily. I absolutely love Cradily. I've used Cradily, which is crazy. The crazy thing is, I am the only coach in the UBL that has used Cradily, and we have drafted it 3 times. We had it in season 1, we had it in season 2, and it is back for season 3. I don't know why it is against Cradily. I know it's not the best offensively, you know, it gets Giga Drain, you know, it gets some like Ancient Power, it gets some decent offensive moves, but it gets Stealth Rocks, it gets access to one of the best abilities being Storm Drain, so it's immune to water type attacks. Grass and Rock, that's a really, really good defensive typing. You know, we're no longer weak to flying, we're no longer weak to bug, we're no longer weak to water, we're immune to water, but you know, we're no longer weak to ground. Like, we're pretty much only weak to a couple types. Cradily is just so good. You know, you slap some bulk in this thing and it's just there. You know, toxic leftovers. It's just so good. I love Cradily. I figured it was just too good to pass up. You know, it's obviously not the best mon, but it's really good defensively. Like, it's got base 107 special defense, base 97 physical defense, and it's got like base 80 something, 85 or something like that HP. You know, so it's somewhat bulky. You know, it's not very fast, but I don't need it to be fast. I need it to take hits, get some rocks on the field. I thought it was too good. It was too good to pass up, and it was only 40 points. It was 40 points. Like, that was nothing. Absolutely nothing. But now we are coming into the final 2 picks now, and at this point I was basically torn between 2 megas. I knew I had to pick up a low tier mega because we only had 80 points to basically scoop up one last mon, and whatever we picked had to obviously fill those obviously points. But obviously I knew I could pick a lower tier mega and then pick something that was higher. Otherwise I would have to pick a tier 80 Pokemon and then like a neutral mega, and there weren't really any good megas really at this point that I was sort of interested in. Like in the megas, like for the neutral megas, things like Alakazam, Moltaria, Megazard Y was available. Medicham we had Medicham last season, but I didn't want Medicham again. Pinsir was there. Venusaur was also available, and I was interested in Venusaur, but I just figured I've already got Cradily, and I don't really want Venusaur. And but we ended up scooping up a mega that was, as I say, slightly lower tier. So I was looking at the plus 20. So we gained 20 points extra back. So essentially we had 100 points. So I knew I was going down that route. And I was looking at the megas. I was looking at Beedrill. Mega Beedrill was there. I was very interested in snagging Mega Beedrill. It's one of the best megas like in terms of speed and offense. It's got like base 140 or something like that attack, but it's like 145 or 35 speed. It's really, really good. Obviously, it's a glass cannon because it's very frail, dies pretty much just to rocks, but it was there. I could also scoop out Tyranitar because if I still wanted to go down the sand route, Tyranitar was there, but I just wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. Plus, I wanted something that was fast. I wanted a speedy mega that literally could come in, hit hard, and get out if we needed to. And there was one mega that fitted that bracket, and there was one mega that had the type that we did not yet cover, but we'll cover that. We'll come back to that in a minute. For round 10, I picked up a mon that I thought was too good. Absolutely too good. Reliable hazard remover, a reliable setup, a reliable sweeper. Round 10, we picked up Tornadus Incarnate. Absolutely insane. I'm so chuffed we got this. The fact that it was still available was just mind-blowing. It was tier 100, so we were straight away, we knew we were going for the plus 20 mega. But the fact that it gets Prankster Tailwind, Prankster Defog, absolutely incredible. It gets Hurricane and the Rain, obviously that's just one, like that's a guaranteed hit. It gets access to Knockoff, it gets access to U-Turn. It was too good. That was the other thing as well, Knockoff. We didn't have too many Knockoff users. I think we only had like 2 or 3, like Feeny and I don't think Zoroark gets Knockoff. I think Hitmontop does. But we didn't have too many Knockoff users. That was the other big worry on my head. But the fact that Tornadus Incarnate was still there was absolutely mind-blowing. I had to have it. We snagged it. And it's joined the squad, and I'm so chuffed. And then coming into the final pick, coming into our mega. At this point, we were the last coach to draft a mega, but it didn't matter. I knew my mega was safe. I knew the mega that I wanted and the tier that it was in, and it was too good to pass up. The first time we picked up Mega Manectric, I was so chuffed with this. Like, honestly, I would have preferred Aggron, but this honestly I think was a really good substitute. Obviously it's pretty predictable because it pretty much just runs the same set near enough every week between like Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, like Overheat or Flamethrower, and then like Hidden Power, and then maybe like you might mix up one other move in there somewhere. But it's so good. Base 135 speed, absolutely insane. Like, it's incredibly fast and it hits like a truck. I mean, it's got base 135 special attack. Defensively, obviously it's not the best, but it does get access to Intimidate when it Mega Evolves, so obviously we can just drop the attack stat, plus Lightning Rod before Mega, so if we predict an Electric type move and I haven't yet Mega Evolved, I can switch in, gain, you know, like if it rocks up, I don't know, I can gain the health back, or, you know, there's so many different scenarios with Mega Manectric, and it was just too good to pass up. And the fact that it's now also the fastest thing on our team, base 135 speed, we have now secured ourselves a very nice, reliable speed team. Like between Garchomp, I'd say Tornadus, Manectric, and Zoroark. They're now our speedy mons, because Tornadus is 111, so Tornadus is our second fastest, then Zoroark, then Garchomp, and now with Tornadus also getting Prankster, Tailwind, we can make everything else speedy, plus Arachnid's got Sticky Webs if we decide to bring that. There's just so many different possible situations that we can use. So it's too good. It was too good to pass up. And then last but not least, we had to pick our Z captains. We had 200 points for Zs, and we could use them however we wanted. Whatever the tier the Pokemon was in is how much that particular Pokemon would cost to make it Z. So if we decided to make, for example, like Porygon and Darmanitan, our Z captains, they would cost 100 points each to make Z. So that's our 200 points there. So we decided, I knew I wanted something that was fast, and I knew I wanted something that I could use to take hits. So for our Z captains, one I knew I already wanted. I knew I wanted Tornadus. The other one I was a bit torn on, but we'd actually decided to go Arachnid and Tornadus as our Z captains, which I'm actually quite proud. I'm quite chuffed with those. I think they're really good. Like, Z Hurricane hits like a truck, and a Z Liquidation or a Z Lunge, again, that's just smacking something hard in the face. I figured they were too good of Z captains to pass up. Oh, Darmanitan was a good option, but I think Darmanitan, I was like, there's no point, because I'm either going to be running it Choice Banded or Scarfed. I just didn't see the point of putting a Z on there. Garchomp was the other one, but if I chose Garchomp, then that was pretty much it, because Garchomp was a tier 180 Mon, and I had 200 points. So, and I didn't have any tier 20 Pokemon, so if I chose Garchomp, that was it. And I was like, I'd much rather have like a variety rather than just the one, you know? So I figured that was the best option. But that's the team. That is, in fact, the team. They are our 11 drafts. There are our 11 picks for this season. As I say, we've got a couple of returning favorites between Feeny, you know, the Quaidilly's returning. I think that's actually everything else is brand new. Yeah, we've got, although we have Tornadus, then we had Tornadus Therian. I think that was a different draft league altogether. But yeah, that's our roster. That is our team. I'm actually quite chuffed. I think it's a really solid pick. You know, our first matchup is actually against AutoMatthic, coach of the NIJMEGEN NUZLEAFS, and they are our week 1 opponents, and they are the team that actually sniped our Mega Aggron. So a little bit of revenge coming down. We are also, I think, yet to win against AutoMatthic, so hopefully we can pull out a W in our week 1. But they are our team. That is our team. Hope you guys are excited for this. I really am. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely consider checking out obviously everything to do with the UBL. Check out the live doc. You can see there's a website where you can see all the coaches. You can keep up to date with all the weekly matches, and so you guys know obviously how everyone's doing. So that is currently scrolling over there, trying to mirror myself on that is just a nightmare. But yeah, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join us and subscribe over here on YouTube. That'd be amazing. And say follow the UBL Twitter as well. That's very important. Follow the UBL Twitter because that literally has everything you need to know about the UBL. So follow the Twitter. It'll be a good time. As I say, all the links will be in the descriptions. Check them out. Check out all the coaches as well. So we've got 16 incredible coaches, a few returning favorites, plus we've got a fair few new coaches as well that have never been in the UBL before. So I'm very excited. We've got a very exciting season ahead of us in the next 10-11 weeks moving forward. So I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are excited. Hit that like button. As I say, subscribe if you are new. Support your Crystal Palossands. Let me know your thoughts if you would like to have your own Crystal Palossands merch. I'd love to know your thoughts. As I say, I love the shirt. It's actually really comfy, and I'm super chuffed to have it. So I'll be rocking this out every week during our matches. So as I say, feel free to let me know your thoughts if you would like to have one yourself. But on that, I'm going to get the hashtag out of here because this video is way too long and we need to get ready for week 1. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Next Friday, week 1 match against the NIJMEGEN NUZLEAFS and Coach AutoMatthic. I hope you guys are excited. On that note, I'm going to get the hashtag out of here. My name is SilverBeanie and I will catch all y'all beautiful people next time.